Mga higala, kumusta? Napunta niya itong tulumanon, Panglantaw sa kagabhion. Sa dili pa nato sugdan ng ato ang topic this evening, ato sang i-shout out ang ato ang mga likers sa ato ang live kagabi. Si Ate Maribel Alico Saison, si Ma'am Ruina Isumandag, Ginaline J. Martinez, Johnny D. Samonti, Nervi Supilanas, Estrella Palir Bakar, and Axel Rose. Axel Rose, kanang amo ang hire nga choreographer na nakakaroon nagpuyo sa atong eskwelahan. Maayong gabi kanimo diha Axel Rose. Unta nga maayo ang imong pagtulog diha sa atong office diha sa Kalubi Integrated School. Na napunta live sa ato ang matagabi nga tulumanon, Panglantaw sa kagabhion. A tree may look strong and towering. Its branches wide, its leaves lush, but only time and its fruit will tell whether it is truly good. Mao gyud ni ang tinuod sa kinabuhi. Appearances can deceive, but outcomes, the fruit, never lie. This evening we dive deep into that powerful truth. A tree is known to be good by its fruit. A lesson from Scripture. Yes, but also the lens through which we must view politics, leadership, justice, and even our personal faith. In Matthew chapter 12, verse 33, Jesus said, "Make a tree good and its fruit will be good, or make a tree bad and its fruit will be bad, for a tree is recognized by its fruit." Simple words, but profoundly challenging, because they force us to ask, what fruit are we bearing as a nation, as a people, as individuals, and even more, personally, what kind of tree have we become? Let us begin with leadership. For many years, we have placed trust in those who promise strong governance, tough love, and order. They rose like mighty trees, promising shade for the weary and fruit for the hungry. But the years have passed, and now the fruit has ripened. The question is, was it sweet? Or was it poison? Sa atong kasaysayan, mga igsoon, daghan na ang niingon nga sila ang kahoy nga magadaog sa atong kalisod. Apan ang mga bunga, kasakit, kabangis, o kasuko. They spoke of chains, yet delivered chaos. They promised safety, yet sowed fear. Let's look one example, the war on drugs. It was launched with the intention to cleanse the nation. Leaders stood like trees of justice, but the fruit, thousands of deaths, shattered families, overcrowded prisons. and a nation whose conscience trembles every time we remember the name Kian or Carl or any of the countless nameless victims. Philippine law under Article 3, Section 1 of the Constitution guarantees due process and equal protection under the law. But many fruits of this campaign defied those guarantees. The legal system bent. Accountability was rare. And so we ask, if the fruit was impunity, can we still call the tree good? Let us not stop there. Let us look at the current administration. Has the tree changed? Have we planted better seeds? There are signs of reform. Less blood, more process, community-based programs, drug rehabilitation centers, presidential statements that are less inflammatory. But the deeper question remains, are we now growing better fruit? Apan kung ang gamot sa kahoy mao gihapon, bisan pag nindot ang dahon, basin parihas lang gihapon ang bunga. That is why we must learn to discern. Discernment is both a civic duty and a spiritual mandate. Jesus warned in Matthew chapter 7 verse 15 to 16. Watch out for the false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. By their fruit, not by their speech, not by their public relations, not by their charisma, but by what their leadership actually produces. And what about us? We are not merely observers. We are not just consumers of politics. We are also trees in our own right. Unsa bay bunga sa atong kinabuhi? Do we bear patience, justice, kindness, courage, or do we bear indifference, apathy, fear? The Bible in Galatians chapter 5 verse 22 to 23 names the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Do our leaders reflect this? Do we reflect this? Let us also speak about institutions. The judiciary, the police, the legislature. Each is a tree planted by the people. Their fruit is public trust, fair verdicts, honest enforcement, and progressive laws. But when judges are both When police are corrupt, when laws serve only the elite, then the tree is rotten. No matter how grand its nameplate. International law too seeks to measure fruit. The International Criminal Court investigates not appearance but action. Not speeches but statistics. Not excuses but outcomes. And so the fruit is examined. Were human rights violated? Was power abused? Were civilians protected? And yet some would reject accountability. They say, why should outsiders judge us? But the truth is, when a nation cannot police its own forest, the world will intervene to protect the orchard of humanity. Sa Binisaya pa, kung dili ta kabalo mo putol sa daotang sanga, ang uban mo putol ni ini para nato. This is not shame. It is opportunity. A chance to prove that we still care about the fruit we grow. And we continue tonight's reflection. Let us remember, we are nearing another election, another season of planting. The seeds are before us. What we plant today will determine the fruit we will eat in the years to come. We will plant trees of truth or trees of tyranny. Will we water justice or feed corruption? Jesus said in Luke chapter 6 verse 44, each tree is recognized by its own fruit. People do not pick figs from thorn bushes or grapes from briars. In the same way, we must not expect honesty from liars, compassion from abusers, or justice from the unjust. If we want good fruit, we must first examine the roots. And the root of all good leadership is righteousness. The root of justice is humility. The root of peace is truth. Tonight, as we breathe and listen, let us reflect. What fruit are we feeding our children? What fruit are we offering to our neighbor? What kind of tree are we becoming? This is not just philosophy. It is a survival question. Because nations that bear bad fruit will one day be cut down. In Matthew chapter 3 verse 10, John the Baptist said, the axe is already at the root of the trees. And every tree that does not produce good fruit will be cut down and thrown into the fire. Let that be a warning, not only to the corrupt, but also to the complacent. Mga igsoon, if we want a better nation, we must plant better trees. Choose better leaders. Speak kinder words. Perform more honest deeds. Because in the end, history does not remember what we claim to be. It remembers what we bore And that truly is the best of every tree. Kini ang panglantaw sa kagabhihon diin ang kahayag sa kamatuoran mo danag bisan pa sa kangitngit. Kini inyong higala, igsuon o galagad, Jeremias labaw tubikon, magpahinumdom kanini nga sa atong pagpangandoy ug matarong nga katilingban ang kamatuoran gayud ang atong suga. Ug sa kangitngit sa kasaysayan ang tinud-anay nga pamunuan ang labing hayag nga paglaom. Shout out sa tanan nga nagtan-aw karon ug naminaw sa ato ang programa Panglantaw sa kagabhihon. Mayong gabi, ang Dios magapanalangin ug magapanalangin ug magapanalangin kanatong tanan. Padayon sa kamatuoran, padayon sa Ginoo. Daghang salamat.